Nerd commentary where we read your comments and then we give out free stuff. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
And I'm Steve Zaragoza.
We don't give out this free Donatello or Mario, though.
I wouldn't even call him free.
Yeah, he wasn't free. That one, you know, it's mine because I broke the engine. He fell off of my... The thing is, have you ever had it go randomly?
Yeah.
Mine went randomly and committed
like
seppuku
goes?
Yeah.
off the bookshelf and broke the engine out of the back.
Some ghost really didn't like Mario Kart.
Yeah, that's so sad.
I don't want to play Double Dash. Boo.
So our first video was, I did a story this week on GameStop managers getting free PS4s and Xbox Ones, and I was super duper jealous, and I still am. And we asked you guys, what is the coolest thing you've ever gotten for free? And I loved this one. Philip Pender says, I found a candy bar on the ground once. It was chewed, and it had some hair stuck to it. But hey, it was free, and I wasn't complaining.
I don't know if you should have eaten that,
I don't.
bro.
Probably not.
I like how positive you feel about it.
Craigney34 says, life.
Life ain't free, bro. Your mom and dad paid a
Your
shitload
mom and dad
for that.
paid for it, but I guess he got it for free then. But that's true. Life is wonderful.
Life is wonderful.
But you pay your dues in life.
Life is wonderful, kids.
Okay, what's she on?
She drinking?
Life is great.
What is she on, bro?
It's so nice.
Colton Fossil says, not to brag, but I once got a free pen. Actually, I borrowed it from a friend and then forgot to give it back. Sorry, Kev.
That's called
man.
stealing.
Yeah, you're a thief.
Dude, I honestly, one Christmas, you're going to have to get that guy like 100 pens.
Gara Giz said, once I got a comment featured on SourceFed's comment commentary and won a free shirt. Oh, wait. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't.
It's not going to work on us.
No.
Just kidding! We're totally getting a shirt!
Yeah!
So you're gonna get this sweet woman in water, the sweet shirt from FHP, forhumanpeoples.com, and we're all gonna sign it. We're gonna have everybody in the office sign it, and we'll send it to you. So keep a lookout in your YouTube inbox, and we'll hit you up so we get you the right size shirt.
Yeah, and also just know that this is never going to work again.
Yeah,
you guys
that's it.
keep commenting and you're like, I want to be featured on Comment Commentary and win a t-shirt. We don't want to see you making those posts.
Well,
It's
this
already
one was
happened.
clever.
This one was clever.
This
Yeah,
one
it was
was
the first
It's
time
the first
we've experienced
one,
it.
but now it's done.
So on Table Talk, we talked about fleshlights and costumes and adult stuff. We talked about our
Meg and I
pubic
use
area.
flashlights all the time. Try to figure that one out.
I think they can easily figure that one out.
Yeah, you could just pull the flesh part out of the...
Oh,
tube.
I was thinking like
What?
I was thinking something totally different.
You were
Never
thinking
mind.
use it backwards?
Sure, why not? It's a big old...
Well, I guess they can't easily figure that one out.
See, you can easily figure it out. That's
Yeah, just what you do is you get a broomstick, you shove it backwards onto it, and then you...
no.
The funny thing is we actually got followed by Fleshlight on Twitter, and apparently they enjoyed that episode of Table Talk.
They also
so...
said that using a flashlight is not cheating.
Yeah, they said using a flashlight while watching porn is not cheating.
It's a masturbatory aid.
Yeah, it sure is.
Thank you, Dr. Ruth.
And we will thankfully receive all the free flashlights you want to send us, and we'll use every single one of them and review them, and we'll share them
Steve,
in the office, on camera. Brett Maskell says, because we were talking about the female orgasm, and we were talking about what it must be like. At one point we said it was almost like buying a large order of fries at Burger King, but finding a free onion ring in there.
I love how coincidental.
fried food.
Well, whatever. If I don't get the onion ring, I still got the fries. But an onion ring, that's nice too.
Well, that's the thing.
You
It's
should
like,
be more excited about the onion ring.
it's like
in
a
there.
it's a total
Steve's
special
very
surprise.
excited about
yeah,
the
that's
onion
why
ring.
that's why I'm comparing it to a female orgasm. Another thing to compare it to would be finding like a $10 bill in your jeans that
These
you
all
hadn't
sound
worn in
like-
like a
but
week or something.
the problem
oh,
is
$10 bill.
How about finding $100 bill?
But the thing is, those both sound like things that happen once a year, maybe. Like, I need things that happen more often than that.
Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like a female orgasm, and it could be that often. It could be like finding a $10 bill in your jeans every day.
Okay, all right, I'm on board with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That'd
so
be nice.
this person, Brett Maskell, said the female orgasm is like, is that a coffee machine? What is that? What is that?
What is that, coffee machine? What?
Yeah, what is that? A coffee machine?
Please know that in the office all week
Uh-huh.
we've been like, Steve, last night what is that, a coffee machine? Like,
Yeah.
all week.
Guys,
It's good.
I want to talk to you about something very serious that happened to me the other night. I was at home with Sarah, and we were talking about, what is that, a coffee machine? We love it.
True.
We're working on a shirt, by the way.
It's
I've got
gonna
a couple
happen.
of design ideas in my head. Timothy P. says, roses are red, violets are blue. In Soviet Russia, poems don't rhyme. That's really good.
I don't get
I
it.
love
Well,
it.
because it's always like in Soviet Russia, blankety blanks you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
Nintendo and announced their newest handheld gaming device, the 2DS.
Yeah, and there was a big celebration about it. Everyone's excited.
Everyone broke out their party hats and the noisemakers.
Yeah, the video game world was turned upside down. Microsoft is like, what are we gonna do?
I think it's a console killer.
We asked you if you thought this was just a niche item or if this was going to be the next big hit in gaming. And you had a lot of stuff to say about it. Tom Parker said the lower price tag is tempting, but it's just so damn ugly.
That's the thing. It just looks like those old, like, 80s handheld, like, crappy devices.
Oh, don't you call my Tiger Electronics crappy.
No, not really even those. It's the one that had, like, 100 games in one or something.
That's true. I said it looked reminiscent of the Game Gear to me, with, like, the black matte design, although there are two screens. But, someone said it on Kotaku. They were saying it looked like a slice of cake because it comes in.
Yeah, I thought it looked like my wedged seat cushion that I use when I'm driving to sit higher.
My favorite Photoshop of it was someone put an axe handle on it, so it looks like it's just like an axe, basically.
But I'm not hating the having to grip up higher on a sturdy thing. I feel like it's Tiger making a comeback.
The thing that I'm most pissed off about is the folding. The fact that it doesn't fold. Like, I want my
your buttons aren't protected.
Well, and my screen's not protected, and I'm not gonna be able to shove that thing into my pocket.
Well, apparently
willy-nilly.
Nintendo is selling a pouch for $12.99.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be able to put that pouch in my pocket. I want to be able to put the DS in my pocket, man.
This is not targeted at us. It is targeted at young kids. It's an entry
That's
level.
what I said too.
But young kids have pockets too. Where are they gonna hide the Nintendo DS when they're at church?
Donovan Dragon says the lack of folding capability and thus lack of portability will be the demise of this system.
Yeah.
The whole point of a handheld gaming device is the ability to play games on the go. As a guy, if it won't fit in my pocket, why and how the fuck would I bring it anywhere?
Yeah, so do you guys remember the Game Boy Mini or whatever it was called? What was that thing
Micro?
called? The Game Boy Micro, yeah. I was like, that's cool, because it's small.
Yeah, but
and
do you
plays
remember how
advanced games.
fucking tiny that screen was?
Yeah,
and you
but
were like,
that's the
cool,
thing,
this
it was
is
like,
fun.
But then the Game Boy, was that before or after Game Boy Advance SP? It must have been after.
I don't remember. I just remember it being a flash in the pan and never hearing about it again.
I remember
They had interchangeable faces that didn't really catch on
The
either.
faceplates were kind of cool, because you could do, like, classic Nintendo shit. But I also liked, what is that, a coffee machine? The thing is, guys, like, the SP, the fact that it folded up, it was so cool that, like, I never wanted to go back.
No, it's true. But I think about cell phones. We don't have foldy clamshell cell phones anymore. And
That's true.
Rebecca Okanali Estrella says, I probably butchered that.
Estrella.
Says, sounds way sicker than the 3DS to me anyway. Not a huge fan of those 3D graphics. It's true, they do give you a headache if it's not right the perfect way. And the no-fold design would have definitely helped me when I was younger. I was the dumb kid that somehow split their DS in half on several occasions.
Right.
Ma'am!
There were actually a lot of comments like that. Like Alan Wingett says, or Wingett says, on a second note, I had a lot of friends that managed to break their original DS that folds and stuff in half. It was rather weak. Maybe this newer version does better than the very first version, way before 3D and other nonsense functions.
Right now,
for a
that's
handheld
the
device.
only argument that I think
Sturdy.
is valid towards
What
this new
in
system.
the world were you doing with it open and then you just like broke it over your
Open it.
Meg, you know,
It's a
everybody had that.
twist.
See, so Meg, I know you're like me, where like when you get a new electronic or a new device, you're like, you take care of that thing. You buy a case for it. You get it really nice with it. I knew friends that didn't give a shit and were like fucking throwing their DSs and throwing their Game Boys at the wall and shit.
What?
Yeah, it's like some people just don't care. But for me, like, I just want to be able to like take care of my shit, you know? I want to fold it up.
Well, but yes, but you guys are very in love with your gaming systems and your electronics, and you take care of them. But again, if we're talking entry level,
Sure.
you're getting this for a 5 or 6 year old or whatever, you know, that wants to play their new Pokemon games.
How dare you
Yeah, I
infer
mean,
that
I
Pokemon
guess.
games are only for
5 or 6 year olds.
Well, that's it for Nerd Comment Commentary this week, guys. Make sure you stay tuned this weekend. We've got the producers on Movie Club. We've got a very special new movie thing show. I don't know if you're aware, but there's a small band named One Direction that has a concert movie
They're an
coming
indie
out.
band that you may have never heard of.
And
them.
we have some special guests in this office that really wanted to see it, and so they'll be doing a special guest appearance on New Movie Thing Show just for you.
Also, we have bloops and what is there anything else?
Oh yeah, there's a, what is it, a coffee machine?